Birdman, Phil Picasso, baby. How we feeling, Phil?
There you go, my Yankee brothers. I hope you had a July the 4th, 24th, whatever it was. July the 4th.
Best fourth ever, Phil Picasso. I got my ass kicked, but it was awesome.
Yeah, I heard you jumped in the ring, mate, and you got a spooky mood, Chad, mate. Hey, it was probably like the Birdman. Get bashed in the street, but once in the ring, mate, no one can beat you.
Yeah, man. I got it definitely. I'll be back in there. We got some work to do. We got some idiots to take care of, Phil. I'm sure you got some
I'm
idiots
gonna
over
say
your way.
a big hello to Zach Coins, and brother, come down, man, you and me, mate. Offering you a shot at the hardcore match, mate. You pay the airfare, and I'll give you a holiday you'll never forget, mate. I'll pay the rest. Thanks for your likes and support, brother. Good on you, Zach.
Yeah, what a good dude. I got to shout out Zach too, man. He seems to be a fan of yours. So hell yeah, you're touching lives, Phil. How's things going in Australia, Bubby?
Oh, I don't know, man. Are you sure you really want to do this podcast? Because I done one the other night for my Aussie brother. And you know what, mate? He said he's got to not interview no more Aussie boys anymore. I don't know why.
I know what I'm getting into with you, Phil.
Anyway,
I know what I'm getting into.
Are you listening, you little punk hotshot? Hansel, Ozzy, Dallas Dennis, or Luke Rage, what's his name, mate? I got this young guy. I got a bit of a problem with him, mate. You know what I mean? Like he's folding up, and you got to chop the big baby. He's folding up like a big girl. So I just want to tell you, Luke, and I'll get back to the podcast in a sec, that you're going to go for a crucifixion, but that's all right, brother. I'll get out there with you, mate. You know what a crucifixion is, mate? When they tie you to the rope line, just right to so they chop the shit out of you, mate. All my brothers and all my ABW brothers and sisters come out. You like the t-shirt, man? They all come out. They chop the shit out of you, man. Oh, it's unreal, man. And you tie it to the apron, you just can't fall on. He's going to take it, man.
I've seen
I don't know what I like better, mate. The chops or when you get those suplex, mate, you know, I think I'm getting really light, mate. You know, I mean, like a feather, mate. And when they throw me, man, I'm up in the air. I go, fuck, man. When I'm going to come down, this is going to hurt.
You've been taking some ass whoopings, Phil. I mean, you've been giving them too. You guys are pretty rough over in APW.
Oh, I went about the old good closed eye down the ring, mate. I love that one, mate. You know, when you smash the old fly against the apron, mate.
Well, there's a lot of guys hitting you, Phil. Who's hitting you harder than the rest of them?
My shoulders are rest, mate. You know what I mean? But just I mean, he's like holding me together, mate. I'm not too sure, mate. But I just love it, mate. I just can't stop, man. You know, like running a show every month, kicking ass. You know, the last venue was so funny, man. You know,
what happened?
It's really hard with the posters, mate. And they all rubbish my posters, mate. Not 200 views, 200 replies, mate. And they're hanging over my shit posters, and I'm crying. So that's the best I could do. Then I went checking out my insane reels. And next minute, all these people rocked up, man. You know what I mean? Had to get extra chairs because they were arguing about my shit posters. They rubbished me so bad on the net. They had to check me out, mate.
But no, hey, when I saw that, I said a million times, I wouldn't even be talking to you if I didn't like your flyers and saw that you would be doing something different. I don't.
It's the best I could do, mate. You know, it's fair enough you post the boys want to make money, mate. But we're not big production, mate. You know, that'd be so fucking rude, mate. You know, I've seen a lot worse than my posters, mate. But that's the best they could do. I'm good on them. At least they're having a fucking go, man. You know what I mean, mate?
Well, it sounds like, you know what, Phil? We've been having some drama my way. I'm sure you've been having some drama. What kind of drama's been going on in Sydney, Australia recently?
Oh.
Tell me all about it. I'm sure you're the guy to ask.
A different federation pops up every week, mate. Wrestlers treat you like shit, mate. There's no sort of, besides my couple of selected boys, the ones in the chat room, mate, the rest just come and go, no, please, mate. Treat APW like a hotel, mate. There's no loyalty, mate.
Well, I appreciate you've had me in that group chat for well over a year. I've saw everybody.
Yeah, you're a team player, mate. You don't have to be a wrestler, or you are a wrestler. You're jumping in the ring now. You know, you come with Zach, Billy Knox, bring a whole lot, mate. I'll go to Birdman. You know what I mean? You fly yourselves over and I'll look after the rest, mate. We'll go driving in LS, mate. LS, American Motor. And what else, mate? American Honey, mate. It's a bit sweet, but it's American, mate. I thought I had an American drink. I'm talking to my Yankee brothers over in West Virginia. Hello, all my brothers and sisters, mate. Love you all, mate.
We love you. We're glad to have you back on here. On the anniversary, today's the 2-year anniversary. I couldn't think of any.
Oh, happy anniversary, Spooky Lou, mate.
Hell yeah, I'll have a drink
anniversary,
with you.
WrestleRoni.
Oh, believe me, Spooky Monk's
Sorry,
been
I seem a
barking.
bit tired, but I run all APW myself, the tickets, the booking, the whole lot, mate. Well, actually, the boys pretty much booked themselves, eh?
Tell me about a typical show day, the stress you go through on a typical show day.
Typical stuff. you know, I've been running a school, mate, with that idiot Alex K. He came over to America. I don't know what he learnt there, mate. You know what I mean? You should have bashed him a bit harder when he was over there. But anyhow, he runs a school, man, and all these students shows up. And when I go to collect my money, they go, "Oh, whether that was an APW school, mate, we thought it was a different Fed school. We ain't paying you."
Is the school going well overall? You scaring some folks? You beating up? Are you doing it like
Yeah,
Steve Hart? Like,
like
what are
you
you
know what I
doing?
mean. Like you don't have to sort of do 6 years worth of training to jump in my ring, mate. No, you learn something simple as long as you keep it simple in there with me, mate. You know, fair enough. And if you don't keep it simple, mate, well then there's some of that real shit. That bit of Aussie biffo, mate.
Aussie
You
Biffo,
might get a
baby.
crucifixion, mate. Everyone's so scared of the crucifixion, but I love it, mate. I went up to Rockhampton, you know, Wall, and the champion, and my champion Federon, he lost the belt. Big
Mm-hmm.
bruiser, mate. They tied me up, but they chopped the shit out of me, mate. He windmilled, mate. It was the best sensation, man. You know what I mean? The crowd go nuts for the old crucifixion, mate. I love that, mate. That's when they tie you up to the front of the ring, mate, the front of the ropes, mate. You know.
Uh
You know what, mate? I'm getting drunk again, mate.
huh. No, you make a point, man. Like the crowd
I
obviously
might
is
need to
gonna.
see. I think, no, I don't drink that much, mate.
I
I
don't
have about
either.
3 or 4 days sobers and I hit it hard. So, you know, I'm not drinking every day, so I think I'm pretty sweet, mate.
I didn't even drink till I
Yeah,
got in the
that's,
wrestling business,
that's more
Phil.
better. George, mate.
Really? Oh, oh shit. Oh man. You still got the Evil Dead hand going on, Phil? Sometimes it gets you, don't it?
You see this belt, mate?
I see.
It's for real, mate. Anyone wants it, but I'm not going to give it to no one, mate. I'm telling you, mate, you want this belt? Fucking knock me out. Yeah.
Who's
Well, I'm
coming
going to hang
after
on
it
to it, mate.
next?
Because I can't trust my champions. I give the champion the belt, then he runs off somewhere else, mate. And that was my belt, man. You know what I mean?
Oh
So at least if I
no.
got this one, at least I got one to defend all the time, man. Oh, yeah, it's Sydney, mate. It's no glory, mate. Man, they just
Who
run
took
away all
off with
the
your
5
belt,
minutes,
Phil?
mate.
What
But they
happened?
want
Who
the
took
next
off with
minute
your
somewhere
belt?
else down the road.
Well, what happened?
Oh, no, that one is a
No.
bit sweet, mate.
All right, I
Yeah.
tried. But still, I'm sorry
Yeah.
to hear it.
It's these guys here, man. Everyone who's they are, mate. It's the same. It's been a different order. They give me a headache, but I love them. I grew up with most of them, mate. I wrestled most of them, mate. You know what I'm saying? Good luck to them, mate.
Oh
But
man.
everyone at that Fed, mate, they get kicked out of mine, mate. The biggest Fed in Australia, mate. Even that wrestlers for them, mate, gets kicked out of APW, mate, because I just can't have it no more, mate. You know, I ain't fucking second best, mate. You know, fuck that shit.
I tell
Sorry
you
about the
what, Phil.
swearing, man.
You must be doing well because the last time you were on here, you mentioned you were losing money on APW. It's been a year. You're still running shows, so
I'm
things
still
must have got
losing money,
better.
but not as much, mate. And you know why, mate? Because I got rid of half my wrestlers, mate. I got a small group, but I'll double them up, mate. You know, go
Okay.
backstage, put some overalls, put on a mask, and get rid of all that small fucking skinny shit, man. You know what I mean? No one wants to see that, man. You know what I mean? They'd rather
Okay.
see you there twice than see some small little pencil neck there once, man.
I see.
Oh, yeah, that's all right. The guy down Tasmania gave me a hard time. Next minute, it's in the post, mate. He's got to sue me, blah, blah, blah. Then he blocked me, mate. Then I've got all these fans. Hey, Birdman, throw me in the post. Oh, it's just so beautiful, mate. I love, you know, when people ask for something, I make them happy. Like, you know, people message me, oh, man, my son's having a birthday. Can you give him a reel? Oh, mate, that's just the best, mate, little personal reel. I do that all the time. I'm just flat out, mate. Look,
Isn't
I'm
that
half
great?
scared. Oh, excuse me, mate,
It's
for
the
how rude,
best.
Birdman.
It's the best. So somebody threatened to sue you. I've been there recently. What are we gonna do about all these lawsuits, Phil?
Ah, I put everything in everyone else's name. All I got is my Commodore, mate. You know what I mean? So I don't really care, mate.
I
LS,
see.
mate. LS. LS3, mate. Made in America, mate.
Okay, there we go. Hell yeah.
Oh, I
Man,
love
say
that thing. Manual too, mate. I manual. But you Yankees, mate, you the lazy, mate. You like automatics, mate.
I tell you what, Phil, I had some moonshine a few weeks ago, and it was apple pie moonshine, and I was thirsty, and I chugged that down. It kicked my ass.
Moonshine, yeah, I've never had moonshine, man. You
No?
know what I mean?
You guys don't have it
Nah,
over there? It's made from corn.
yeah, but
Do
this
they?
American honey's not bad.
Okay. All right. We're having fun, man. Like I say, I've been following you on Facebook. It's always interesting, to say the least, to see what's going on. Uh,
So you wrestled last night. Let's talk about you, mate. You wrestled last night. What did you cop, mate? Did you cop a suplex? Did you cop a few good chops, man?
well, I'll tell you, I
I
have been
can't
training.
wait for you to come to Australia one day, brother.
I'm coming.
Teach you a bit of Aussie bit, man.
I appreciate the invite. I have been training, so hell, one day I'd like to get in your ring. All
Man,
I
you're one
do.
of the best teachers, bro. For example, my referee, mate, ain't been a referee for 6 months. And what, mate, I'll give him 2 hours worth of lessons, about 4 hours worth of lessons. I'm so good. And guess what? The next minute, the bloody puck, the referee takes my hardcore belt off me.
yes,
Right,
all.
man, I got it back, man. I hit him in the back with a bit 2 times, mate. Knocked the poor fellow out.
and that's what I like.
He pretty much stayed there and said, no, man, take your belt, keep it, mate. I hit him hard with that big man, no. Hit him extra hard, bro. Said, Jim, listen, man, fuck that fake shit, bro. We're APW, mate. We're for real, mate, believe it or not,
I love it.
mate.
And that's what I like about APW. You're like RSW. Everybody's getting involved. Your referees, your ring announcer, Jesse gets involved and breaks out a DDT here and there. We do that in
Oh,
RSW. I'm a
nothing better, mate, than
cameraman.
gatekeeper running out of nowhere, mate. Nothing better, mate. You know what I mean? Mate, in the next minute you're sitting down and there's a wrestler having, sitting next to you, mate.
it's the best.
Watching the show, cheering on, mate, you know?
Independent wrestling, baby. You can't beat it. You really can't. It seems like you
Nah,
guys are a
you can't,
family
mate.
just like we are.
Yeah, a lot of people just come to my show just to hang, mate, just to hang with the boys, mate. No, it just makes the night, mate. We're not the WWE's, but I won't pretend to be the WWE, fuck all that conforming bloody
Uh-huh.
shit, mate. Just have fun, man, mate.
Yep.
Family friend, mate, you know what I mean? You come and see Joey, nothing better than Joey sitting in the crowd with you, having a Coke and having a pack of chips with you, mate. It's all great,
Exactly.
family show. So keep it like a family show.
Get together on a Saturday night, have fun with people. Phil, check this out. We had so many people in Monongah last night. They started the fireworks because we were running behind schedule. So the fireworks are going off. The people stayed at the wrestling instead of going to watch the fireworks. Can't beat it.
Right, how cool is that, man?
So we had fireworks in the background while we was wrestling. That was pretty cool.
It reminds me many years ago when I was with my two boys, young fellas, mate, and we were doing an agricultural show. and the tent was right underneath where the fireworks were dropping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, was it the fireworks are getting burned alive at the same time?
what,
Oh,
what do
yeah,
you?
I've done a lot of shows all over Australia, mate. The agriculturals were the best because they weren't a wrestling crowd, so you had to do something different, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's where we were yesterday. We were at a
And,
fair.
and I think that's where APW is going to because I put reels of people that wrestle really, really good. Do cartwheels and flip out of the ring. And no one really cares. And then all of a sudden, you see my referee winning the belt and he gets 1,000 views. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I
it's
think the
about having fun.
storytelling drags people in more. And I really
Exactly.
work hard on the kids, mate. People say about doing adult shows. It's just not my cup of tea, mate.
Yeah,
The kids are the best, mate. The kids are the easiest crowd. And you make the kids happy, then you give the parents a poster they put on the fridge and they go, oh, let's go and see Birdman, let's go and see APW. Those guys are funny, man. That's
exactly.
pretty much my style of wrestling at the end of the day, mate. The big
Exactly.
comedy shows with hard hits, pretty much all Three Stooges style.
And the kids are having fun. The parents are having fun, man. That's what it's all about.
Nothing better than, accidentally busting yourself open and bleeding for real, and then telling the kids, mate, no, it's just a capture, mate, it's just fake blood. And the parents say, oh, thank you, because at least Johnny won't be scared now. Well, I didn't be going around with bloody fucking razor blades. You ever show my show with razor blades, mate, I'll fucking put you in headlock and poke you in the eye and, throw in the ring and make you bleed for real, mate. Everyone to their own, but it's just not APW, mate. We either
Hey,
do it for real or we don't do it at all, mate. End of the story, mate. That's what we are, mate. Something different, mate.
that's
Old school,
interesting.
mate.
You'd mentioned that before. We kind of went a little inside baseball, and you said, you guys, if you're going to do it, you do it hard way. That's wild.
Yeah, some guy texted me the other day, said, oh, bro, what about blood caps? I said, oh, fuck off, bro. You know, don't even go down that road, mate. You know what I mean? That was my greatest disappointment in life, mate, when I was a little kid and found out that people done that to themselves, mate. You know, I always thought they had those scars from hitting the turnbuckle, not from fucking stupidity, mate. I'm entitled to my opinion. I don't really care, mate. I don't care if you like me or hate me, mate. Didn't know that's Birdman Picasso, mate. Just tells it the way he is, mate. Doesn't give a shit, man.
That's
Don't
interesting.
believe look at record for you, mate.
Is that just your way of looking at things, or have you seen? You've been on the scene for years. Are there other people vets that look at it that way, or are there people using a blade?
I don't really care how the other people look at it, mate.
No.
At the end
Okay.
of the day, it's my money. I do what I want, mate.
I
You know what
got
I
you.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can tell.
people say you can't stop people wrestling from other shows, mate. I can do whatever the fuck I want, mate. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I run my promotion. I don't really give a shit. And if you don't like me, mate, there's a lot of other promotions you can. Actually, there's too many promotions. That's why the wrestlers treat you like shit. There must be about 50 promotions in Sydney, mate. No word to
Really?
lie, mate. A different one pops up every week.
How wild! How wild! Because I've had a lot of Australian wrestlers on here, and they've talked about how far they have to travel to make different shows. So it sounds like if you're a wrestler in Sydney, you got some options right now.
Oh, mate, it was one stage in my life. I used to go to sleep. Like I work on the roads and I used to drive the wrestling truck, mate, all over pretty much Australia. But I used to sleep. And all I could go to sleep was black top and the white lines, mate.
They had you
I done
driving the truck.
thousands of kilometres, mate. You know what I mean?
I'm
For
sure.
example, I'm doing a show in Otago, you know, all the way out of Carra. That's about a good 5 hours drive. You know what I mean? And that's normally like, for example, this young gentleman, mate, like, you know, I've known him for years, mate. I remember doing a show in my early 30s and he's in the crowd with a Phil Picasso sign. You know, the first time I ever seen him, it was a fan, young James. Hi, James. So hello to
Yeah.
James Lane, mate. Top bloke, mate. Hi, Octane. Thanks, man. I can't wait to see you in Otago. Well, anyhow, many years ago, he booked me for a show and he gave me about 8 months warning. And then a better show came along in Sydney. But you know what, bro? I still done his show because that's the type of person. But these days, you don't get that stuff, mate. You know, this day of the word means pretty much jack shit, mate, except for a few.
Right. And you've mentioned that before. That's
Like,
a
I got a
shame.
bit, mate, you know. I got a couple of AWE guys, which I grew up with, you know. Thanks a lot, Psychotic, for letting him out, you know, working in with us. But Bruiser, uh, Johnny Beautiful, and Trucker Mark, mate, you guys make my show, mate. And the fans are really starting to get those, bloke. And I was trying, like, using regular shows, but then the same time, when I got Axel Strife, the rap man from England, coming over, mate. It's good to throw someone new, but at the same
Exactly.
time, it's good to have similar guys and having a story, mate. I'm telling the story of the tower, mate, you know?
I dig that you are telling, and that's the fun of it. I love telling stories. I'm getting my own show where we're going to be telling stories, and I love what you do at the tower. You got
Like,
the gatekeeper.
my APW champ, Tony Sin, great wrestler, mate. He's going to be away next show, and we're going to have a contenders match between Tyson Gibbs, Teacher Gibbs, and Hot Shot Hanson, and the winner of that will be fighting Tony Sins in August. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
I really want to stick to the story because that really pisses me off when wrestlers don't even care about your story. One young bloke turned around, he didn't want to wrestle me because I've been wrestling for too many years and he's not up to my league. And then the next minute he wants to wrestle my fucking bloody champ that's half my age and fucking twice as good as me. You know what I mean? Like, that's ridiculous, mate, you know? Being that
Wow.
fucking retard, the disrespect, mate, you know?
So it seems like a lot of the young ones are real disrespectful. Do you think they're not getting the proper training, or they're just assholes? Like, what's going on over
They
there?
just do a couple of shows and they think they fucking Hollywood Hogan, mate.
Okay, okay. He was over there for a minute. So you think Hollywood Hogan came up over and fucked up everything?
Hollywood, mate, Hollywood Hogan's a legend, bro. You know, I mean, he made wrestling when he was in the Rocky movies, mate. They gave wrestling a big push. What gave the wrestling a big push was the late 90s Nintendo 64
Uh huh.
and Hollywood Hogan in the Rocky movie, mate. They gave it a big push after that. Wrestling really took off, mate.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll give it
Well,
that to him all
it
day.
became very popular in Australia after that, anyhow, mate.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Hollywood Hogan's a legend, mate. People say he can't wrestle. He knows a lot of moves. He's just smart. He's just done what he had to do. That's why he lasted so long. I think he's still wrestling now. Good luck to him, mate. He still looks great, mate.
Yeah.
Got a lot
Exactly.
of time for that, mate. That's my style of wrestling, mate. Hollywood Hogan, Bagwell, the entertainers, mate. You know what I mean? The funny blokes, mate. You know, the ones that put a smile on your face. You know, the late Piper. You know, all those guys. I love those guys, mate. You know, I grew up with Bruiser Brody, Andre the Giant. I saw all those guys like Murray and Milano, mate. You know, different ball game, mate. You know, when you went to a show, you're actually scared of the wrestlers. You respect them there. You go to show you think you can jump in the ring and bend them in half, mate. That's bullshit,
That's
mate.
true. That's
Like
true.
everyone's at their own, but that's just the style of wrestling I'm trying to bring out, mate. Just what I grew up with.
Uh-huh. And you are, and the product speaks for itself, Phil. You're doing a great job. That's why I enjoy putting it on my channel. It's something different. You're doing it your way. It's very DIY, as we say in America. I don't know if
Oh,
it's an
Open
Australian
Up
thing.
is very popular worldwide on the net, you know what I mean? But the shows, they say the build up. Like, I think I've got about 300 or 400 fans, but they just don't come all at the same time. But one day they will, you know what I mean? Like, it's a bit cold and the rest of it, but I'm happy, mate. I'm just plodding along. Like, I go to work and finance my show, end of story, you know what I mean? I've got to make cutbacks, you know? I don't want to waste money on shit, mate. Shit's small, skinny wrestlers that don't do nothing.
Have
Don't bring anyone to the show, mate.
Have you ran into any situations where you have to make these cutbacks? You had to make a hard decision, and you
I do
piss
it
up.
all the time, mate.
Yeah.
I do it all the time. It's not like 2 years ago, mate, where I had to try getting wrestlers, mate. The wrestlers are begging to get on my show now.
Right. Hell yeah.
Not too many.
And it's nice you're in a spot where those that disrespected you can say, kiss my ass, go down the road, you know?
But the guys that are respecting me now, they've always had respected me. You know what I mean?
You got a good crew now, you're saying.
It's not so much a respect; it's just a different point of view. Like I can see the wrestler's point of view. You know what I mean? And I think in the situation I am, there's really no situation. I think the person that put me in that situation, generally double booked and just forgot and just made a mistake, and it's no big deal. But I'm just making a big deal out of it because it gets me heat and it gets bums on seats, and people like that bullshit, mate.
They do. There you go. I'm learning
And then
myself.
at the end of
People
the
love
day,
the
maybe
drama.
I'm just said that to cover my ass. Maybe there's a lot of heat, and I'm very vicious about it. Who knows? It's for you to find out. That's the whole thing about pro wrestling. The whole thing about Birdman. You don't know when he's fucking working you and when he's not working you, mate. You know
It's,
what I mean?
I,
And that's a trick.
oh yeah, and you kind of rubbed off on me in that way, Phil. I got to be
And
honest
that
with
makes
you.
it very interesting, mate, when people don't know if you're working them or not. And you know what, mate? Sometimes I'm telling people it's not a work when it actually is a work, just
Right.
so they don't get the Facebook police on me and shut me down, mate.
I, I get it. Isn't it fun to pull the strings? Like, believe me, I've been in the spot. I've been doing. Facebook is it's a war
It's
zone.
amazing what you get away with when you pat someone on the shoulder. Say, listen, mate, it's only a work, man. And
Oh yeah.
sometimes I think they might just sit there because they don't want to end up all over the net.
Right. I get it.
Because I've got a bad habit of getting into your account, hijacking your photos and making posters out of you.
Believe me,
But
I'm
the
right
other
there
reason
with
I
you.
don't like using the poster boys is that you pay your money, they drop the posters off after the show, they're not much good to you. And they start running around and harassing all your wrestlers for HD photos, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, I'm not WWE. I'm only small time. I just have to get the word out there. And sometimes shit posters get you more attention. So it's easier not to hassle no one and just do them yourself. And the thing is, you say, you want to be on my show. Okay, no worries. An hour later, Birdman's got a poster, mate. You know what I mean?
I mean,
And it's just the time thing. Some of my posters are really good, mate. Some of them really blow you away, mate. You know what I mean?
I enjoy them. I know a lot of folks do. Like I say,
But
they're
as soon as
different.
I'm in a hurry and I want to get the word out and do a shit one, all the piranhas come out, mate. To rubbish me, to fucking do whatever, mate, or try getting me to sign up to get them to do my posters for me. Like, mate, I'm losing money, mate. The last thing I need to do is have posters for. Same with camera crews, mate. I just put two phones and the camera over there, just put it all together, mate.
It sounds like you're like me. You don't want to be WWE. You're happy getting these people together on a Saturday, doing it for your local people you know, people you love, and you're having fun doing that. Nothing wrong with that. And you're having to bring out more chairs. I've seen videos of that, so the posters are working.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, mate, I don't put untrained wrestlers in the ring no more. Those days are gone, mate. I only put the best product. Like, there might be no frills, but you can't bag my wrestling, mate. You know what I mean? I put the biggest and the best boys out there, mate. You know what I mean? Like the rest, they put their mates on because it's a tea party. Can't make him upset. Better do this, better do that. Not Birdman, mate. I don't like you, mate. I'll drop you, mate. You start working for nothing or you go, mate. Simple as that,
Bruh.
mate. It's the way it is. There's no friends in it.
I won't
No
mention
friends
what
in
I've
wrestling,
seen in
mate.
that group chat, but some of the shit I've seen in that group chat, you booting people. Just you're out of here, kiss my ass. Like you tell people how you feel, and then you boot them. You keep it real, Phil. That's your name, Real Phil. Keeping it real with Phil.
You know, if you're not in that group chat, you're not really APW. That's just for the tower and for the real good helpers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
I don't
might
want
not
to copy
interact
shit,
all the
mate.
time, but I'll be watching. I'll be watching. It's interesting to say the least. But you know what? It's the exact same over here, Phil. We'll get rid of somebody, they'll get pissed, start talking shit on the internet, and then eventually they shut up. You know?
No, but you see, it's the opposite for me. I hope they would talk shit, mate, because I was hoping they got to put shit on my posters again, but no one's talking, mate. You know what I mean? Every time they talk shit about me, I get bumps on the seat, mate. I love it when they talk shit about me. But they're not talking no more. I think they've woken up.
And
I
like you,
think they realise the more they bag. That's my whole life history, even as Phil Picasso, mate. Even when I first started, mate, people used to bag how bad my wrestling was, and people actually come and watch me and actually enjoyed and keep coming. You know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, the haters have woken up to that, brother.
I tell you what, Phil, just to show these haters, you should have one extra phone just on the crowd to show the crowd reactions. Because I see the crowd reacting. They're having fun.
Yeah.
People having fun. It doesn't matter if it's 3 people having fun or 100. You're putting smiles on faces while these people are talking shit.
I always get my 50 out there at least, you know what I mean? Because I give out free tickets and make sure of that, mate, you know. And always get my workmates and a few people out. So it's always a good night, you know. I've had up to 100, mate, but
Right?
I got the reviews on the net, and we're having fun, mate. And the rest of us trying hard. I make good reels, mate, and it's been there wrestling for every other bloody dickhead in Sydney. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what it's all about. That's why I keep saying it's about getting
So
together.
I end up losing money on the night, but I end up making money not working for every other idiot by doing my real job that pays good money, which I've got to do this afternoon and tomorrow anyhow. So it's good. I love not wrestling for everyone, mate. You know what I mean? It's the best, mate. I love just wrestling for myself where I can do my own storylines and do my own shit. You know what I mean?
You can't
And
beat it.
APW is so unscript, you know, maybe like be sitting backstage and they might be having a slow match and one of the fellows comes up and says, mate, this is fucking shit. Can I go out there and smash with a chair? I go, yeah, please do, brother.
Just switch it up on the spot, huh?
Yeah, exactly right, mate. You know what I mean?
Well, hell
I got
yeah.
to go out there, mate, because I've got no real security besides myself and my chair, mates. I go out there and keep the fans in line and keep the wrestlers in line, mate. You know what I mean? And I set up stiff match. I stiff up shoot matches, mate. And I've got to go out there just in case it's get out of the line. You know what I mean? Bring the boys back into line, mate. Sometimes they get a bit carried away, and I encourage it. You know what I mean? It's
I'm
what makes the
sure.
show, mate. Something different, mate.
What about the fans? Have you ever had a situation where you've had to take care of a fan, like settle them down?
Not APW fans,
Good.
mate. They got nothing but loyalty and respect, mate. You know what I mean?
Awesome. Awesome.
And it's the
Good.
way you talk to people, mate. If he's a bit drunk and a bit loud and offending people, instead of blackbanding and booting him like other feds do, pat him on the shoulder and say, listen, man, here's a drink, mate. Have a Coke, have a packet of chips. Settle down, please, brother. Otherwise, I'll have to ask you to leave, mate. You're offending people. Please, mate, do it for my company. Do it for me, mate. I don't want to fucking get rough with you, brother. Just do the right thing, mate. And they
Really?
usually come quick, mate. It's just show a bit of love, mate. It's amazing what a bit of love can do for people, mate.
You're right. I dig it, Phil. I'm glad I asked that question and you said that. That's good shit. I really
It's simple,
appreciate
mate.
that.
You know? Want to turn it around and fucking puff up your chest and be a fucking copper, you know, fucking show and be a dickhead. Well, people are going to treat you like a dickhead, mate. Show them a bit of love and respect. Then if they don't do the right thing, then put them in a headlock and poke them in the eye, you know what I mean? But give them a chance at first, mate, you know what I mean? Talk to them nice. Make them feel important so they don't embarrass themselves, you know what I mean? Make them feel good about themselves.
And that's why I
People always
like you,
need to
Phil.
make them feel good about themselves, mate.
And that's why I dig you, man, because you are a badass. You could whoop anybody's ass, whatever it takes, but you've got a good heart. So that's what it's all about, man. I
Mate, if
appreciate
I'm
that.
walking down the street by myself and you punch me in the head, mate, I'll just fall over, mate. I couldn't be bothered fighting you back. I'm past that, man, mate. You know what I mean? But if I'm with my kids or with a girl or with you or with a friend and you punch me in the head and you're going to attack my mate, I'll rip your head off, mate. You know what I mean?
I'm
But for
sure.
my own pride, for my own self-esteem, I don't give a shit, man. But throw me in the ring, that's a whole different story, mate. In the street, I'm weak, brother. I'm
Good.
weak as all piss. I'm just an old man, mate. But you throw me in the ring, man, I'll become Superman.
I
They go,
see.
Birdman, Birdman, Birdman. And when they go, Birdman, Birdman, mate, I've become Birdman, mate.
There it is.
You know what I mean? I'm not Birdman anymore. I'm the fans, mate. The fans become me, mate. I've become the fans, mate. I'm invincible. No one could beat me in that ring, mate. I'll tell that to the boys. Anyone that wants to fight me for real, mate, fight me in the ring with my fans behind me. You got no chance in hell. End the story, mate.
I believe it. And I tell you what, Phil, we've talked on the show before about you've been on the scene since the 90s, the late 90s. You've worked for shitty promoter after shitty promoter. Now you're doing your own thing. Would we say, as of right now, Phil Picasso's in a good place?
But you know what, mate? I'll tell you something, mate. I just got to get a drink, man. Just give me a sec, man. Just
Fair
1
enough.
second.
That's a drink-worthy question. Phil Picasso, on the anniversary, 2-year anniversary of WrestleRoni. I remember we had him last year for the anniversary. We had a great time. I'd like to think we're cooking right now at the halfway point. Phil's got to get a drink for this one, so I understand. Appreciate y'all joining me.
Yeah.
I appreciate Phil's nice leather couch. It looks dope. I appreciate his remote.
Yeah.
Yellow. He's back.
At the end of the day, when I started, mate, it was a bit of a tea party, a bit of a click-clack club. And I started with the old WA, God bless you, Mark Mercedes. And I started with people like 7 Foot Thunder, Wayne Pickford, AJ Frilly, mate. And they were all cooks, mate. They were all mad, mate. I was so proud to be on tour with them. And to see what's happening in Sydney now, mate, makes me fucking cry. I'm just glad. I might be small, but I'm trying to be something different, mate.
You are. You are. And, yeah, like I say, the product's fun, man. It's different, especially if you guys are sitting back there and sending people out with chairs in the middle of the match. It keeps it different, keeps it spicy. It seems like you got a good crew you're proud of that you can count on. So the sky's the limit, man. You just keep growing. I think you will.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm aiming for, brother. You know what I mean?
What do you think happened to Sydney? Where did it all go wrong? When did it all start to crumble?
Oh, too many feds, mate.
Too many?
Bit of a tea party, a bit of a club, sort of went back to old school.
Oversaturation, you think?
The people which we overtook in the early 2000s sort of sneaked their way back in there and brought their bullshit back into the show, mate. You know what I mean? Like, take the fun out of it, mate. Sort of made it sort of a bit boring, a bit sort of look after your friends instead of give the fans what they really want.
Okay, that happens, yeah. Okay. So, yeah,
They're not APW, mate. There's got to be some changes, mate. You know what I mean? I already made some changes. Like, I don't boot no one, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone can wrestle for my company, mate. But if you get paid, it's a different story. And you might say, Birdman, you shouldn't be putting wrestlers on your show and not paying them. Well, mate, I've been working years for free.
Yeah.
And you're not bringing to the table, mate. You're not helping me make money. And at the end of the day, you might think it's up to me to make money, but, you know,
it makes sense.
You can think out wherever you want. At the end of the day, it's my money. It's coming from my pocket. So I call the shots, not you. I think that's the worst thing in Sydney, mate. A lot of people with empty pockets are calling the shots because they're getting sponsors or getting their mates to back them up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
At least with me, it's all my own money. So I call my shots. You don't have to work for me. I don't give a shit, mate. I don't give a shit what your thoughts are. That's just the way it is, bro. My rules, my money. In the story, man.
Yeah.
You like the t-shirts, mate? They're going for $30 at my show. Going like hotcakes, mate. I'm selling them at work and everything, mate.
Good.
It's very important to get your name out there.
For sure. For sure. I'm going to, hey, make an extra one. When I get my YouTube check, I want to buy one because I definitely need one. I'm sure shipping's going to be a bitch, but we'll figure it out. You mentioned a good point,
Yeah, we'll
Phil.
figure it out, bro.
Okay.
No problem. I've got to get some more made up, mate. I'd like to say good thank you for Royal Label. They actually make my belts. And they actually also make me the t-shirts too.
It's a beauty.
See, Spooky, different company, mate. AWS, mate.
Yep.
They used to run Bexley. I kicked them out and took their belt. Hey, how's that, mate? God bless you, Nana. The Nana's the only one which I'm scared of, the only one I work with in Aussie wrestling at the moment, mate. She's helped me heaps, mate.
Nana's
and Teacher Gibbs, mate.
I get it. Nana's
Teacher Gibbs, mate. I've known him for a long time. He helps me a lot too, mate. Does the smoke machine and the music. I'll be lost without him, mate. Just like to say big thank you to those two guys, mate.
For sure. And Phil, you had mentioned that guys won't necessarily get paid. I want to let you know that's not a super crazy thing. There's a promoter right here in West Virginia. I see guys go to the show. He'll give them a shot to get on the show. If they do good, great. Help take the ring down and come back to the next show. If you keep coming and you do good, then you're going to get paid. It makes sense. It's the way, you're not crazy for doing that.
Yeah, I might not pay some wrestlers, but I'd just like to say a big thank you to Jess. She's hell, mate. And she's still got the most views kicking me in the guts, give me DDT. And Mad Big Buck, you know what I mean? That's two commentators, wrestlers, referee, multi-skilling, those guys.
Isn't that awesome?
Team players, mate. Both in my chat room, mate. You know, mate. Team players, mate. It doesn't matter what job you do for OPW. You help me get my name out there, help me put bums on the seat. I'd like to say good thank you to Matthew, for the newspaper article, mate. You know what I mean? That's another one. Someone knocked back the Hawkesbury Independent. And so I done a fucking spill for them. The next minute they started attacking me on a broadcast because they upset. But, mate, you had the chance, but you're too good for them, mate. But me, I'll take anything. And then I find out it's quite a big newspaper, mate. You know what I mean? So thank you for that, mate. Anything, bro. Anyone wants to put my name out there, I've got time to talk about wrestling any day of the week, mate. What I live and breathe, bro.
And back to Jessie, it's really cool to see how much she's grown and how much she does. I don't even know the lady, but
she helps a lot, man.
Yeah, man.
I've known her for years, eh? Gives you the best DD. Swings and everything good too. Yeah, love you, Jess, man. She's a card, man.
It's been cool to see her grow and to do more in the company, and it's been really cool of you to give that opportunity. I'm kind of in her shoes. I've been getting those opportunities because I've worked hard for
now we hit the nail on the head, mate. And these skippies don't understand, mate. APW is there. It's your playground for you to grow. Instead, what do you want to do? Big shit on the Birdman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, mate? I wish someone gave me this love and respect, mate. You know what I mean? Like, for example, let's go back to Mr. Star in the 10 seconds of the ring, mate. I bought 50 friends after driving the truck. I bought 50 fans. I drove the truck all day. They gave me 10 seconds in the tag match. I lost my shit. I hit the referee. I hit my opponent. I hit the fucking opposite team. I hit everyone, mate, and I went mental, mate. And they booted me off the show. Mate, you do that in an APW show. You know what happens, mate? You get a title shot, mate. That's the difference between a tea party and a real fucking fed, you know what I mean? But people are sitting here happy to see that shit. Good luck to them, mate. You want to see something different, come to an APW show. Something real, mate. You don't know what's going to happen, mate. You don't know when the gatekeeper's going to come out. You don't know when someone's going to pop out from underneath the ring. That makes the show, man.
Yeah. And that's something I want my audience
for me, that makes the show.
Exactly. And that's something
and having big blokes. Having big blokes that look like wrestlers, that look the part, that scare you, man. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. I get it. I do.
That's APW, mate. That's where I'm growing to, mate. That's the fan base I'm going for. I've had to flip a flop a little bloke. Said, mate, they impressed me, but sorry, mate, I just don't get no views on my reels, mate.
I see. It's not paying off for you. So, yeah, man, you got to go where
not
the money
paying off,
is.
mate.
I get it.
A good storyline, something different, mate, something unusual.
See, like, and for
Yes,
example,
big pop.
over here, the flippy floppies super over. They love our little guys that do the thing. So it just shows, there's a difference in fans in the area, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Man, hang on. Mm-hmm. There's people do that in the 10-day wrestling. They're getting 500 or 600 a show, and I'm doing the old school, and I'm not getting nowhere near that, mate. I'll be lucky to get, 50 or 60 a show. So maybe they're onto something. But I'm happy doing what I'm doing, mate, and my fans are happy seeing that. So the guys doing the flippy floppy, mate, good luck to them, mate. You might be overtaking the world. For me, it's not a competition, mate. You know what I mean? It's just a freedom of choice, mate. You want to see the old school wrestling? Come and see APW. You want to go and see that Nintendo flippy floppy? You happy seeing that stuff? Good luck to you, bro. I enjoy it myself, mate. You know what I mean?
I get it. I get
different
where you're
crowds,
coming from, and that's just what you're doing. What do you say to the folks that say they like a buffet? They like everything on their show. They want the flippy floppy. They want the stiff, power move wrestling. They want the comedy match. They want it all. What's your opinion on that?
Well, I've got a bit of flippy floppy stuff on my show, but the problem is because flippy floppy's on every other show, one runs around to the other shows, and my hardcore fans don't stick. They keep staying for the chairs and the big swinging, the punch in the head and the big chops, mate. You know what I mean? I can't help that, mate. I've got to cater what I cater for, mate. I've given up on the flippy floppy stuff because that's only a small percentage of my crowd. And they're not loyal. They run around at other people's show. But the hardcore fans, mate, they keep coming to the show every month or so.
Makes perfect sense. I'm glad we elaborated then. What I like, you talk about the hardcore stuff. Y'all are always using an ironing board, and I'm a big fan of that ironing board, man. That's wild. Where the hell did the ironing board come from? I'm sure you didn't take it from the venue.
No, they ain't $20 from the shops, mate, from the $2 shop, mate. They're nice and cheap, mate. They're
Okay.
nice and safe until they start falling apart and you got all spiky ends. You know, you want to keep away from them, mate. Because at the end of the day, pro wrestling's about hitting each other for real, but we hit each other flat, mate, so we don't kill each other, mate. You know what I mean? We
Right.
just throw each other around because we're big blokes having a bit of a play fight. But if we really want to hurt each other, we can hurt each other. Just for example, everyone knows a power bomb, mate. I grab you from the waist, I'll give you a chance to bring your head up and kiss me and throw you back down. But if I don't like you and grab you across the chest, you're dead, bro. You know what I mean? I'll break your neck. Simple as that. People don't realise that. And that's what I like, mate. I like the pro wrestlers that can wrestle for free, mate. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of people don't know that. They learn all the fucking bullshit wrestling, but they don't know the fair dinkum, the proper moves, how you can actually really do it in a street fight to really protect yourself.
I have. Bro, pro wrestling, I've never lost a fight. I did a dragon screw leg whip in the last fight I got into. I did it off
You
the
know, if I
wall.
decide to suplex you and decided I don't like this bloke, I'm not going to bridge and come straight down, mate. You'll be pushing a wheelchair for the rest of your life, but I wouldn't do that to you, mate. But you know what I mean? It just shows that, you know, all the moves we're doing out there, we just change them a little bit because we're friends. We don't really want to put each other in hospital. Because that's what I say to my crew, mate. Go out there and bust yourself open, give yourself healed, mate. Come back, mate, like a big football match, mate. Come back with bruises, mate. But I don't want to miss the whippy, man. I don't want to take any of you to hospital. Saying that, a lot of Aussie wrestlers are girls, and I've seen them go in the back of the ambulance when they shouldn't. When they should have just gone backstage and just taped themselves up and gone home and had a good sleep. You know what I mean? A
Wow.
lot of girls in Aussie wrestling, mate.
I think what you're saying really shows the beauty of wrestling. It shows the trust. You know that guy's not going to spike you on your head. You trust that guy not to do it. Sure, there's occasions where it's happened, but that's a very small percentage to what there's wrestling happen
Well,
every minute of
let's
every
let's
day.
go to my friend No Name. I don't care if the Yanks don't like me for this, but No Name,
No, I
the
want to hear
first
it. What's
show he
going on with
showed
No
up,
Name?
he had 5 beers beforehand, and I made him have another 3, mate. You know what I mean? But I was going to take no suplex or no big moves on him, but I went out there to bash him around a bit, mate. You know what I mean? And after I smacked him in the gun and bashed him around a bit, all the hubbly bubblies going around in his head, mate. He goes, Birdman, I'm going to blow up. I'm going to spew up. I said, no, mate, you drank this. So I melted the shit out of him. I made him finish his match, mate. But anyhow, I had to kick him off last show because he just showed up too blind drunk, mate. And the wrestlers had a bit of a whinge. It was up to me. I would have just brought him in there and just smacked him around, but just take no bumps off him, mate. I'm not old school, mate. Fuck this political fucking shit, mate. I'm used to the old days, mate, when the old wrestlers had a bit of scotch before they went out there and belted people, mate. You know what I mean? I'm still stuck in the 70s, mate. That's why I got pace me, mate.
I can respect
But I
that,
don't
and I
drink
dig
drive.
that. What's up?
I don't drink drive. They rubbished me for jumping the ring for having half a beer. But then one of the fat cats gets so blind drunk, it nearly wipes an RBT, but no one says jack shit to him. But then they want to label me about fucking shit, which I'm not even mate, you don't even know half the bloody Sydney Australian scene, mate. Melbourne's always attacking me for some reason, mate.
Yeah, I've been in the business for 2 years. I promise you, you're not the only one drinking before shows, but you're smart enough to know where to draw the line. You just said you wouldn't let the other guy work because he was too drunk. You're a veteran. You know where to draw the line so somebody doesn't get hurt.
I'll throw you in the ring if you're drunk, but I'm not going to hurt myself, mate.
I
You
get
got to
it.
do a move. I'm just going to punch on the nose and bust your nose open, mate. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not mucking around, bro. You know what I mean? I'm
I
not
feel it.
stupid enough to jump in the ring and start trusting you after had a few beers, mate. I'm going to smack you around to being drunk before the match, mate. You know what I mean?
I dig it.
It's
I
my
do.
promotion. I'll keep it all under control, mate. I know what I can and can't do. I know what it's capable of, mate. And you know what, mate? There's some people there that might have been a bit sort of whoopy doopy, had something before they'd done the master and chance their performance. And you know what, mate? Those people are safer than the straight person that fucking throws you around and does stupid shit, man. You know what I mean? Like, you know?
We're getting you worked up. We'll get to it
There's
better.
some straight people doing stupid shit. You either can wrestle, don't know how to wrestle, mate. It's just the bullshit in Sydney, bro. You know, in Australia, mate, it's fucking
Yeah.
what I grew up with, mate. You know, have a beer before the show. Who cares? You with your steak, mate. No one's too drunk, mate. No one wanted to wrestle Angus McLeod because he had 30 beers, mate. He gave me a black eye before the match, but so what? You belted him, mate. You drop an elbow back to the front. Well, that's it, mate. You're copying a smack in there. I'm sorry, Birdman. No, mate. You dropped an elbow back to the front, mate. You're getting a punch in the head, mate. That's a no-no.
Okay, and it makes sense. Yeah, you were too drunk. You fucked up. Now you're going to get a receipt.
Yeah.
You guys
Next
call
time
it
you
that
might
over
not
there?
have
Is it
so
a
many
receipt?
before you go out there.
Yep.
Not try, but you're absolutely drunk.
I'm sure you've seen a lot of tears in your day, Birdman.
A bloke got kicked in the guts at an agricultural show, and he called the ambulance, mate. And then as Sheila was doing the equestrian, and she fell off of her horse, and she got the big pile across the gut, and she jumped back on the horse. Mate, I told that wrestler, I said, what the fuck, mate? You get kicked in the guts and you call an ambulance, then the Sheila falls off her horse and gets back up. She had the pile across the gut. I said, mate, you make us look like shit, mate. You know what I'm saying?
It sounds like it.
So look at my head, mate. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
told you the story, mate. I've got the garbage bin. I didn't realise there's bolts on top of the garbage bin. The next minute, my head split open, mate. Blood everywhere, man. I went backstage, put some tights across it, went out there and kept wrestling. I came home, didn't have a shower because if you have a shower, your head starts. So I just kept my head up, drank a few beers, you know what I mean, and just relaxed, mate. You know, had a shower the next night and went to work, mate. You know, no stitches, no nothing, mate. Just kept my head up so it stopped bleeding, mate. In the story, mate. If it doesn't bleed, you don't need stitches, mate. You don't give a shit about a few scars. You're a wrestler. The fuck is getting wrapped up in tie wire and cutting yourself. I don't like tie wire, mate. Actually,
Okay.
the Cindy on the show bought tie wire, the barbed wire, sorry, man. And he got caught in his ear and he painted himself in the eye with it.
Oh, no. Lesson learned there, I guess. Yeah.
Now, I'm just more into ironing boards, as you noticed on my shows, ironing boards, chairs, you know.
Oh, yeah. I
Maybe
like how
folks
you
start
guys
getting a
do
few
it.
tables, I think, mate.
I remember one time you guys had a fax machine was hitting each other in the head. That was fun.
Oh, yeah, we still got the old fax machine, mate. We're pretty old school down here in Australia. Well, at least APW is, mate.
Did you ever know that I told a scammer I was you and I was going to hire him for a show and beat him in the head with a fax machine? I made a whole
That's
video
gold,
about
man.
it. I'll send it to you. I do a Phil Picasso impression and everything. And I said, "Oh, you can
Oh,
work for
thanks,
us."
man. I'll check it out. I'll make a reel out of it, mate.
I'll send it to you. It's great. One thing you mentioned, Phil, I'm going to a lot of fair shows in the summer. It's hot. We're doing a lot of stuff. You said agricultural shows, so I figure they're similar. What can you tell the audience about working during the summer outside in the heat? What it's like for you over there?
Oh, gee, man. I've worked on 40-degree heat, mate, you know. We just want to get off that ring, mate. Oh, yeah, I've been there, done that, mate, you know.
The ring gets hot
Oh,
too.
it's fucking hot, bro. But I love the agricultural shows, mate.
Yeah.
Having a beer, having a Pluto pup, talking to the fans, mate. Sometimes end of the show, all the carnies have a party, mate, with all the riders and that, mate. It was just unreal, man, you know.
Oh, you've partied
I
with the
missed that, man.
carnies?
Yeah, I knew a
Uh,
lot of carnies, mate. Used to party with the carnies after the shows, mate. You know, good people, mate.
oh, they're us. They're us, just in a different field, bro. You know,
Yeah,
we're carnies. We
yeah.
call ourselves carnies over here all the time.
Oh,
We're
mate,
carnies just the same.
I've travelled 2,400 k's all the way to Charter Towers up in Queensland.
Hmm.
I've flown all the way up to Darwin, won the OWA belt, mate. No one got paid. The guy ripped us off, mate.
Oh
Then
no,
even worse, he kept us there. He kept us there for an extra 3 days, mate. You know what I mean? I've been
really?
dropped in airport for 15 hours. You know what I mean? I've been treated so badly, mate. Now I've got something good and trying to people decent, mate. You know, some people help me out, like you said, Jess and Mad Mick and the ref, you know, and Johnny and Bruiser and
That's the cool
Brian.
thing.
But Buzz is a good bloke, but I don't like that NXK, mate. Buzz helps me out, you know. Then he helps me out, but yeah, well, you know.
Yeah, that's. I think, like I said, I think that's the cool thing about your story. It does suck the way you were treated. Like you've told me so many stories about these shitty promoters, and I'm sure it wasn't just you, but it was you. And at the end of the day, you got this cool crew. You're doing what you love. You're doing it your way. So hell yeah, man. Props to you. I'm glad you're doing well at this moment.
I'm not doing super well, but at least
You're doing it your way
doing it my way,
on your
like I
terms.
said, not leaving for everyone else is great, mate, you know.
Fuck money, man. If you're happy and you're having fun at least once a month, fuck it. I ain't making money. I mean, I'm making money, but it's gone by the time I get home. That's how much money I'm making.
Like I said, because I'm not wrestling for everyone else, so I can do my normal job. I can fund APW, but as soon as I start wrestling for everyone else, I can't fund APW anymore. So I'm not going to wrestle them, and so I'm not going to wrestle for the other feds. Plus, I wasn't happy with it, mate. I didn't like their storylines, didn't like the way they treated fans, mate.
Exactly. You want to be happy at the end of the day. You want the fans to be happy too. Fans are happy, you're happy. It makes sense. Goes hand in hand.
Ah, if one of my staff or wrestlers treats one of my fans bad, they know, mate. They got a couple of punches in the head, mate. No
Oh yeah.
questions asked, mate. Just go throw them in the ring in front of the fan and just milk the shit out of them, mate. End the story, mate. The fans are everything, mate. The
Yeah.
fans are the ones that give up their hot dinners to come and see your show, mate. You know what I mean? Without the fans, you got nothing, mate. If you get the more fans you get, the bigger you get. The more you can push your promotion, mate.
Oh
The
yeah.
more opportunities, mate. Your fans are everything, mate.
Exactly.
You got to look after the fans.
And it's twofold. It's money, yeah, and then you have a crowd, an enthusiastic crowd at that, knows your wrestlers, knows your storylines, cheers. Like I say, it's a twofold thing, man. I definitely
See,
understand.
a lot of people do clubs, and I'm just doing a hall,
Okay.
which makes it harder, but gives you a lot more freedom, and you're in charge. You can keep everything under control, mate. You don't have to put up with dickhead security guards treating people like shit with their ego, tripping wrists. You're in charge, mate. If something's not right, mate, you got full power to put underneath your control and make it right. You know what I mean? That's the thing I like about the halls. Plus, you get away with a bit more, mate, with the hardcore and all the rest of it.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. So if you're these promotions running into these clubs, they're going to have to go by some of the club's rules. They're going to have to deal with some of their bullshit.
Yeah,
Okay. I'll be damned,
when
Birdman.
the ball is all mine, mate. You know what I mean? I'm out there all the time watching it, mate. I don't hang backstage. I'm out there in the crowd, mate. So everyone behaves himself. No one gets hurt. Look after the whole thing, mate. Look after the whole security. Have a few of the other wrestlers give me a hand, mate.
Okay. I dig it.
Which makes it a family show, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you were talking about the fans. I
Because
think
being the
I'm
wrestlers, we've got an interest to keep the place, mate. A security guard, mate. You don't know what's going through his head, mate. You could have had an argument with his missus that night and bring it out on your fucking job, the fucking dickhead. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's not somebody you know. If you have your own security, you know what kind of mindset they're in.
Don't
I
get me
get it.
wrong. I'm after a club. Like, I've got my eyes on clubs, mate. I want to do a club, but I'll never give up the halls, mate. The halls will always come number one, mate.
All right, but you're open to
Just have
running
that
clubs.
full control.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
if I lost Beckley, I'd go looking for another horse straight away. I'm in the western suburbs. I don't care, mate. I need a horse for my rules and to tell my story, mate.
Yeah, and it's working. It's working. I love the Bexley Hall. It looks cool on camera, and the crowd's cool. And that's what I kind of like about where I'm at in RSW. I'm the cameraman, so I'm right there. So if I see a bad guy, I'll act like I don't like him. Or if a chant starts going, if I start bobbing my head when a chant starts going, it goes tenfold. So I'm kind of like in a spot where I'm an ambassador to the fans. I'm talking to them before the shows and stuff. So I really enjoy that. Did I tell you a little girl came up
That
to me when I was hurt last night and checked on me?
that makes the show, mate, interacting with the fans, mate. You should always give your fans the time of the day. That's number one, mate. You know what I mean? That brings it back, mate.
Yeah.
Have a lot of patience and treat your fans with respect, mate. That's a golden rule, mate. You haven't got that, you got nothing, mate.
You're exactly right. On the flip side of that coin, our champion came out. He wears sunglasses. He gave those sunglasses to a little girl. That little girl just happened to be my little girl, and I got to see how much that meant to her. So it's good stuff all the way
Yeah,
around,
I know
both
where you're
sides of the
coming
coin.
from, mate.
Yeah.
Yep. My tag partner, look, Colin Wing, he turned around and gave my boy his championship badge one day, you know what I mean? And that meant a lot to my boys, mate. When the rest of the acknowledge a kid, that means a lot. I remember once I introduced my boy to a little short bloke, a midget, mate, and he looked the other way because he had a hard night, mate. I felt like ripping his head off, mate. You know what I mean? You just
Really?
don't do that to fans, mate. You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't like shit like that, mate.
No, man. I'm sorry. You got to make times for it. Without the fans, we're
And then I
nothing,
told
man.
this fat ass stretch, I don't want to name, her name was Sheila, that some girl was out front with a baby gift. And she goes, no, I'm not talking to the fans before the show, only family, mate. And I had to go and tell her, mate, you know what I mean? Then I'll pass it over the net. And she gave me a hard time over it, mate. They give me a hard time, mate. You're the one that fucked up, not me, mate. I'm
Good.
just tell the truth. That's why they all hate me, mate. Because I'm not part of the Tea Party. I just tell you the way it is. Some people can't handle that, mate.
Good. Hey man, maybe you'll make a change by the time it's all said and done. Maybe people will learn
No,
how to
I've been
treat
doing it
people
for the
right.
last 30 years. It's getting worse, mate. But at the end of the day, mate, you know, carry about how about right rubbish about you, mate. I couldn't think of anything better, mate. I love it when you write rubbish about me, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But don't stop, mate, because they understand, mate. When they write rubbish about me, I feel like my venues, mate. So I stop writing rubbish about me, which is a shame.
I can tell you can give a shit less if they talk rubbish about you. It gives you something to
No, I
work
actually
with.
encourage it, mate. I like it. Actually, the heat's good, mate. You know,
Yeah. Please talk
gets
shit on
people
Phil
talking, mate.
Picasso. Come on out here and talk some shit, everybody. You know what? I'm glad we mentioned that, Phil. I need to check my Facebook post to see if you have any fan questions. My audience has been lazy lately, so don't get your hopes up. We'll see. They ain't been giving me shit to work with, Phil. And they didn't again today, but that'll be all right. They never ask any questions anymore, Phil, but they're watching, so it don't make no sense to me. Talk
Yes,
about audience interaction. I don't get it. They're watching, but they ain't saying a damn thing. They're watching in silence. They're creepers. Phil, we're in the final 5 minutes, my man. You know how that goes. If there's anything you want to plug, let folks know about the shows. Anything you want to put out there, you know my platform's your platform. You say what you want to say, big man.
Nah, it's pretty all good, mate. Thanks for watching, mate. You know what I mean? Get myself another drink, I say.
I think we had another fun one, Phil. You're always a great guest.
It's
Anytime you
great
want
being
to
on,
come.
mate.
And we're
I'd like
coming over
to
to
thank
see you
everyone from
soon.
all over the world for watching my reels. Thank you very much, man.
For sure. I'll keep doing what you're doing with the reels. They're like the
I'll keep doing
posters.
it.
They're unique. They're different. It gives me something different to watch besides just some wrestling moves on Facebook. I appreciate the hell out of them. When's the next show, Phil?
July the 20th.
Coming soon, by
At your
God.
place. Yeah, I do a show every 4 weeks,
I dig it.
sometimes three.
You're
Just pump
always
them out,
having a
mate.
show when I'm having a show because your group chat's talking about the show and my group chat's talking about the show. It's cool. It's so cool to be involved in both and see how similar and how different things are. So thank you for allowing me into your world, sir.
Anytime, and wish you all the best with your wrestling career, mate. Keep up the training, brother.
Hell yeah, man. It sucks at 40 years old, but I'm a trying, I promise you.
It's never too late, brother. Never too late.
Thank you. I appreciate your words. Phil, I'll ask you to hang on the line if you would. To the listeners, it's been 2 years. I can't thank you enough. We've talked to great folks like Phil Picasso. We've talked to Joe Dombrowski. I've talked to my favorite horror director. We're out here living dreams, man. I don't even care if I got my ass kicked last night. That Spooky Lou chant will get me through for the rest of my life. I love the hell out of all of you. Please stick around for this ride. We got some big things coming, I promise you. Phil Picasso, we love you. Never change. I don't think you're gonna. We're out of here.